Howdy folks, this is Manic Mark, the real fake outside artist, coming to you from underneath the art villa in the bunker system located somewhere in the jungles of the Midwest. And we're bringing you, or I'm bringing you, the continuing process of discovering what I don't know. That's right. Today's painting is what happened today. I told you yesterday, I think it was, that I was going to paint paintings that had something to do with what was going on at that day, unless I was painting a painting that didn't have anything to do with that day, and I would just present it as, well, here's a painting I worked on this day, but actually didn't have anything to do with the day that I worked on it. So today, what happened today? Well, I'm still dealing with the Manic Mark mystery medical condition. So I used a piece of the water heater box, the water heater, the evil water heater that caused the mystery medical condition. And so that's where this little graphic comes from, right in here. And then you got, I saw a unrestored, like a barn find, 1952 VW Beetle coupe. I've never ever seen a coupe, which basically, if you can see it, and I'll put, you know, this painting on the screen, it's like a VW, but it doesn't have that you know, gracefully sloping back. It kind of cuts in and cuts out again, just like you would see in like a Chevy coupe or any other kind of coupe from the period. And I looked it up. It's called, well, 1952 Beetle Deluxe Coupe. I left out the word stall. I think S-T-O-L-L. Oh well. So what? Okay, and I could only find a photograph of an old photograph. So man, they got to be rare as hen's teeth. It was pretty cool to see that. Now, before you know, email me, say, oh well, just where did you see that vintage automobile? I just like to go look at it. All you collectors, I have to tell you that it was in the parking lot of a shop that restores these cars, so it's already been discovered. You're too late. Okay. The other thing that's going on today is every time this year, here's right in this corner, it's Hoover the Wonder Pug, and this is the time of year when poor Hoover, has allergies, and you know, a lot of pugs have allergies, and I think it's something that I understand. I've just heard that, you know, breeders breed pugs, and they, you know, there's anybody breeds a dog, there's going to be problems, and I personally I like getting like a mix myself, but I didn't have any choice in this dog thing here. So, but Hoover's wonderful, and the wonderful Wonder Pug, and but he gets allergies, and he'll chew himself until it bleeds, which he did last night. And I had some, and you give him steroids, and I had some dog steroids from Mr. Burns, the mini pen, who was on the verge of death and isn't anymore. So he had some steroids left over from that emergency, and that cures it right up. And so, but the poor dog, it just drives them crazy until they chew themselves, and they can't sleep, and they start. It's really awful. So. Anyway, it lasts for about 3 weeks, and you have to. And I'm going to try Benadryl. Has anybody ever given their dog Benadryl? I bought some children's Benadryl, and I'm going to like cut that again. And because I know aspirin works wonders for dogs. And you probably say, well, just call your vet. Okay, well, I may do that. All right. And then the last thing is that there's a person that I know that is getting ready to turn into soul particles, and I don't know him really well. I think people think that maybe I should at this point know him better, but I don't, and there's reasons for that. But I'm just going to toast him and wish him the best. And in fact, he is, you know, crossing over at this very moment. I have no idea. You know, I'm sure he'll be fine, and life is what it is, and you know, we deal with it and manage it in different ways, and I hope that he's, you know, going somewhere where things are a little bit better for him. So that's today's painting. And my other thought, well, there's two more thoughts, is remember to buy my pants. I think there's one more day left on the auction, and I'm threatening to run this auction through 2012. And would just like to point out, why 2012, you ask? Well, because that's when the Mayan calendar runs out, and frankly, I have this deep foreboding sense that if no one buys my pants before then, the end of the world will come about, and you can save the world, in fact, by buying pieces of my pants. Yeah, okay. Next, the last thing is I'm thinking, like I did the MANIC KAM show yesterday, and I had this idea of things that I could do with the MANIC KAM. And one thing I always wanted to do was to, MANIC mark history medical condition. One thing I always wanted to do was act. I always thought it would be fun, if only just to be in any kind of stupid movie, just once. I just always thought that would be fun, to have some kind of part in it, like a bad horror movie. You know me. If you know me, then you know that, like, the more awful the movie is, the better. And if it was a horror movie or science fiction movie, that would be wonderful. I'm just going to... Here's the MANIC KAM from yesterday. This is the Pro model. If you don't know, this is the Pro model MANIC KAM, because it's got rhinestones on it. And there you go. So I'm going to turn on the MANIC KAM. Now what I've done is, there, it's turned it on. Now I'm just going to turn this on right now so it's actually running. So what I've done is I didn't find any dialogue from any horror movies or science fiction movies. What struck me was that it was the first thing I thought about was Rambo, First Blood. Like, there's probably some great dialogue. Sylvester Stallone probably had some really, good lines in there that I could, sort of showcase my talent with, and would be memorable to, any producers or directors, whoever hires actor people. I don't know how that works. So I watched the trailer, because you figure in the trailer they would put, the pinnacle, the high points of the acting in the movie, the trailer. So in the trailer there, he speaks like 2 sentences. Okay, so first I got to get into character here. So just wear my military glasses and put the hat on, and get the MANIC KAM up here, because of my medical condition. I have to film myself using the MANIC KAM to kind of give that sort of the MANIC mark slant on Rambo, because I don't want to actually just be a caricature of Rambo. I want to be a caricature of myself. Okay, so picture Rambo. He's in the front seat of the police car. The police guy, he's picked him up, and it's the beginning of the movie, and Rambo says to the cop, okay, here goes the you got someplace to eat around here? And the cop says, yeah, someplace else, out of town. I think he says something like, yeah, someplace north of here. And then Rambo says, you got any law against getting something here? Oh, let me do that again, because I had to read. Okay, I don't want to do that, because this is my, what do they call that thing? There's actors pass around stuff like this. Any law against me getting something to eat here? And the cop says, yeah, me. That's like the heck of an exchange. So I'll just go through this again. You got someplace to eat around here? Any law against me getting something here? So, yeah, you can definitely see that I've got what it takes to be an actor, at least in a really bad horror movie. I would hope that would be enough. I could be like one of those crazy kind of like sidekick villains. Like, you got your main villain, and then you got the like nutty villain that's on the side. Like Bela Lugosi had Renfield. That was a wonderful like sidekick villain. And like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, I don't know who was the head villain there. Maybe the guy running the meat store, and then you had like the chainsaw guy, and then the other like long-haired hippie crazy guy. And I figured I could be like one of them sidekick crazy villains. And I if anybody out there thinks that I have a chance at that, I'd be willing to. I mean, I don't want to really go anywhere where I can't pack a pistol. So that limits where I can go. A lot of states have reciprocal laws, but I don't know if you can carry on a Greyhound bus or an airplane anymore. So I'm kind of limited, to where I can drive to. And that's it. That's it. Well, thank you all, and I hope you're no more afraid now than you were before you watched this video. Or suffering from motion sickness. Thanks, bye.